There was a attempted assassination attempt on the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. This video here details his immediate reaction after the failed assassination attempt. Before I go any further, though, I do want to offer my condolences to the family members of the man who accidentally died, who was shot and cold-bloodedly killed by the person who tried to assassinate Donald Trump. I'll do my best to place the GoFundMe for that family as they grieve in the description below when I post this video. Last time I checked, which was 10 o'clock yesterday, July 15th, it was already around 4 million, I believe. Now, I could have that number wrong, but I remember hearing something around there. So I'm going to play this video now, and I'll get into some of the other videos. Graham Allen, who is a political commentator, posted a lot of this stuff on his Instagram, so I'm using some of the clips that he posted for the information in this video that I'll be using to talk about this situation. So for those of you who don't know what just happened there, Donald Trump got shot, fell down, got back up. Secret Service crowded him. Within the time that it took for him to get down and then get back up, the person who shot at Donald Trump was taken out. However, there is a remaining question as to why it is that Donald Trump's Secret Service members and Secret Service team did not apprehend or take out the attempted assassin, or the deceased assassin at this point, beforehand. This is an account of an eyewitness who was there at the rally, who notified police officers to the assassin, who was on the roof a couple hundred meters away, pointing his rifle at Donald Trump.
And listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling.
So I wanted to play that almost in its entirety, just so I can show you guys this person's testimony. There are other videos where there are absolutely citizens and civilians pointing out to police officers that there is a man crawling around on the roof.
And listen.
We have this crazy chick.
Just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me
there's some language.
Finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew. And he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were a centimeter away! Ah!
So, that's insane enough as it is that someone would wish death on a political party member. I've made my fair share of jokes of Joe Biden being unable to speak, but I have never wished ill will on him. I have made my fair jokes about his inability to move, walk around, so on and so forth, but I have more so talked about how depressing it is to see the absolute elder abuse going on in front of us, as this old man who clearly doesn't know where he is anymore is being trotted around and pushed into positions that he doesn't want to be in. And I feel bad for the guy. And as a Christian, I pray for him. Pray that God would open his eyes, and we pray for him every single time that church gathers together, that God would open his eyes, and that he would save him, and that he would redeem him. However, I've never wished ill will or death upon a political party, or a member of a political party. Liberals have done this quite often. This is just one example. Another example, which I'll show you in a minute, is from Jack Black. I might make a separate video on that, but I'm going to cover it in this as well.
I do want to say,
and this
there
is
was one thing
CNN.
When I watched the tape, I found odd because of all of the heated rhetoric, and that is that after he was hit, former President Trump got up and said, "Fight, fight, fight."
So CNN, the abhorrently evil media organization that is consistently advocated for the death of Donald Trump and compared him to Hitler, has just said that the worst part about the assassination attempt on their political rival was the fact that he stood up and used the rhetoric, fight, fight, fight. It's the double standards. These people will say these exact same things, will say there's no justice, no peace, which was completely stupid, advocate for BLM rioters to continue burning down streets and cities and towns across America for the duration of summer, calling it the summer of love, advocating for people to go and fight and shoot Donald Trump in the face, punch Republicans in the face, and they've consistently compared him to Hitler. What did you expect was going to happen when he finally had an assassination attempt on his life? From all this heated rhetoric and calls to violence that the liberal media and leftist agenda runners have advocated for the entire time this man has been in the political zeitgeist, for at least 8 to 10 years. What else would you expect? This is evil. This is evil on display. And it's only gotten worse. And it'll only get worse. We're heading towards the next election at a time where people are genuinely trying to shoot their political rivals simply so they don't lose power, or the party that they want to win wins instead of the one they don't want to win. We are reaching the point. We have reached the boiling point of an internal conflict that can only be described in the form of a potential civil war. And it needs to calm down. We need to get away from the heat. We need to get away from the rising tensions. But we are so politically divided that I fear it's never going to happen, and it'll only get worse. Y'all, I don't know what you believe, but pray. Please pray for this country. Pray for everyone involved. Pray for the family of the man who was shot and killed, protecting his daughters. Pray for Donald Trump as he recovers. I've seen him today. He has the patch on his ear. He's got gauze wrapped around his ear, so he's okay. He's walking around. But pray for our country. Pray that we would fight back against the corruption. That we would be able to reestablish some semblance of morality and justice in this country once again, and that the evils that we see before us would be cut out and destroyed. I hope you guys found this video educational, and I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of the week.